Hello and welcome to HRL TRS Season 6. Going to be our final race for our second event here in this quad. See the drivers lining up there. Let's take a quick run of the track. So starts off there, running through right there. That gate, that's the whole shot. That's where we're calling it. I don't care. So run through there, and we got some figure eight actions. So you're going here, and then you're going around this rock. And then you're going here, and you're going around this rock. And then you're going over here, back to the finish. Around, all the way around, and then cheesing through here, around, cheesing through here, and to the garage. Multiple line options here, up to preference. And there's a lot of areas of this track that are like that, actually. You'll notice it throughout the race. A lot of areas of the track where it's a bit of a more open track, and the line is just up to you, whatever you want to do. So, yeah. And then we have a little, somewhat of a hairpin here. Running it through. Tightest part of the track here. Well, actually, the earlier part is the tightest part, but this part's low-key the spookiest because you can easily mess up and cost yourself a ton of time here. Got to line it up, hit this little jump, land on this Jersey barrier here, and then you have a cheesy, classic Jersey barrier rollover type thing to run it back to the figure eight, go around the figure eight to the finish. So there you go. North Beach TRS trying to utilize a lot of Zanzibar here. Not quite all of it, but quite a bit. And yeah, not our first H2A track on Zanzibar that we've taken a shot at, but another one added into the mix. So, you've got Turkey at the cheese spot over here. You got Real Dill at the cheese spot over there. And then on the actual gate, you got Sol, Hunter, Roman, Opix, Vulcan, Slaunch, Armada, Luke, and Detail. Nade will be coming out of Turkey here in a moment. Green flag. Siu gets the whole shot, and it looks like Luke will take it. And a flip already, and this is kind of spooky. Are we going to see collisions? Are we going to see collisions in the figure eight already? Oh, we are. We are right off the rip. That is unfortunate. That is super unfortunate. Definitely do not want to be flipping off the start. Get a nice view here. And it is going to be 217. 217. That's what we're going to with the checkpoint. Big collision there for Detail. He's going to lose a lot there. This is one of the cheesier parts of the track, the garage. And as you can see, there are lots of options. But it's pretty rough when it funnels in. This gets pretty rough. So drivers dealing with that, figuring that out. Not ideal. And this is something that you see a lot more in our TRS tracks than other tracks, is playing around with the track limits and the width of the track. Not something that you see... Oh, big one there for Sol. Not something that you see very often in most of our normal tracks. But definitely something that you see quite a bit in TRS is playing around with the width of the track. Oh, man. Luke getting a big one off Slaunch there. And gets involved with Armada, too. Slaunch going through it there as well. Oh! On the recovery, too. And just look at the gaps. I like these last two tracks with how wide open they are, too. It's nice how much we can spectate with the free cam in a lot of areas. I like that. Slaunch just going to take that spot from Sol. Sol hit the wall a little bit. Slaunch was like, all right, I'll just slide on in. And he's going to use that to take that second place spot. Sol's still running in the top three, though. Definitely a great run for him so far. Probably his best run at the moment, but still cheese could happen. That's a big one there for Opix. Getting caught on that collision. Oh, and Roman and Luke and Slaunch and Detail getting into it. Oh, man. Sol as well. Collisions seem to be pretty brutal on this track. It's hard to call because they're pretty brutal on all the tracks, but maybe some of the toughest on this one. Wow, Real Deal just charging to that third place spot on Sol, and he's having a pretty good come up. He was pretty far back early on, but already a few laps down, and he's seems like he's working his way back to the podium. Well, he's in the podium spot now. Still got some gaps to try to work down. Roman not too far off. Ooh, that was close. Oh, Roman, look at that. Go back on that. That was great. Roman getting the revenge on Real Deal for the end of last race. Look at this. So you know he was waiting for this. And he just lines it up here. I think Real Deal slowed down for that collision too. Wow. Absolute Snake's watchery, not going to lie. So Roman with the deserved aggressive pass there.
Lap complete.
And Luke's still running first. Slaunch still second. Roman trying to catch onto the line there so you can get back into third. And just look at all the cheese with all these lines combining in this area of the track. Roman gets caught off a detail there, I think. And yeah, love this area. This is one of my favorite parts of the track, actually, when you get all the drivers running through those rocks. That part's pretty fun. Probably my favorite part of the track, to be honest. With how cheesily it works out. This part's pretty funny when you get in a pack. You just get drivers railing from behind if you're trying to roll it, which is pretty fun. It's like Armada and Opix and Soul. Oh, Vulcan too. Big collisions in the mid-pack. Massive collisions in the mid-pack. Can they go for more? Hunter's going to stay out of the way. Oh, that was Turkey, actually. That's Turkey. Slaunch is already long gone. I love watching the lines combine in this. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite part of the track. This is the most fun to spectate, I think. It's nice too because it's such a long part of the track that like everybody gets grouped up. Like even with big gaps, you can still see quite a bit of the field. Oh, wow, that one really got Roman pretty bad. But yeah, you can still see quite a bit of the field. Luke's got a nice gap now. Slaunch's got a pretty nice gap, and Rildo's not too far off him. But Luke will be dealing with lap traffic soon, so that could spice things up. Oh, that looked like a head-on for Real Deal and Roman. And that is a possibility. You can avoid it, but it is a possibility with a head-on in that area. A rarity with most of these TRS tracks. I think most drivers will avoid it, but sometimes it's pretty tough on this one. See, Slaunch absolutely sending it in his classic style over that rollover. Having his best run of the night so far. Doing a pretty good job. Trying to hold on to another podium finish. Maybe go for a win if he can. I think Roman looking for some collisions on Real Deal. I kind of feel it. I kind of feel like that's what he's looking for. Oh, that might get cheese. Oh, that's a tough part of the track too. That part when you're coming off that finish, or to the finish, and in the figure eight, you can kind of get cheesed by drivers going the other direction. Definitely a tricky part of the track. That you have to try to navigate wisely. I think Luke getting involved in a pretty big collision there, so that'll give Slaunch and Real Deal a bit of room. Maybe they catch up a little bit with Slaunch with a bit of a rough exit on the rollover there. Favorite section here, we'll see. Oh, that was close. Some of these drivers group up again. And you could just see the top three. Pretty incredible how big of a gap they have right now. It's pretty nuts. Have a massive gap. Look at this. No, fourth place isn't even over here yet. There's Roman and Detail fighting for fourth and fifth. It's absolutely insane how gapped this has gotten so quickly. Oh! Sent him into Luke too. That was a massive one. Oh, Soul is going through it this lap. Luke and Slaunch. Look at this. The awkward head-on. And that's definitely going to help Slaunch and Real Deal. Oh, and Real Deal seizes the opportunity. He's actually going to take Slaunch's second place there after that awkward head-on that Luke and Slaunch had. They get through this hairpin out of the factory. Back to the figure eight. Oh! Things are getting rough for Luke. Collisions and lap drivers. I think Real Deal and Slaunch might have an opportunity now. It's getting pretty spicy. That being said, the whole top 3 is just super far away from the rest of the top 5. But at least we have a potential podium lead battle. Oh, Slaunch getting involved with it again. Tough. So falling more back into 3rd. That being said, I think Detail actually does have 4th place now, but still a pretty big gap. We're going to go on board with Real Deal because he's chasing down Luke, and we're getting close. We might actually already be at the halfway point of this race. 2:17, I believe. So, yeah, we're already a little bit over it. And Real Deal's got Luke in his sights and Hunter's in front of him, too. So that's definitely something that he wants to see. Making it nicely through that collision. And this could open up a door for Real Deal to take the lead here. Because Luke's got Hunter in front of him, and that's not going to help. Real Deal's just got to make it happen at the right time. Oh, that head-on is not going to help. Oh! But then Luke suffers one of the biggest collisions. I got to see that one. One of the biggest collisions that we've seen all night. Very similar to the one that we saw with Soul at Black River. And this could definitely give Real Deal the opportunity. Look at this. Boom! Yeah, very similar. The collision with Slaunch, that cost a ton of time. And look, Real Deal's going for it. And he's going for the line. And it works out. And he's able to take the lead off that. So Real Deal's able to take the lead off that just past the halfway point. Big moment in the race. And finally we have a lead battle tonight. Because really, we kind of haven't. Like, all 3 races, we kind of haven't. And finally, this opens up the door for a lead battle. We've had some great battles for podium spots, great battles for top 5s, but the lead battle just hasn't really been there through most of these races so far. Leaders just kind of getting checked out, and it looked like this was potentially going to go that way, but some big collisions and some nice runs from Real Deal, and now we're finally going to have one here at North Beach. That being said, oh, that's tough. Real Deal, Luke, and Slaunch looking pretty far ahead of the rest of the field. But the podium fight, or the fight within the podium, still rages on. Oh, that is tough there. Luke and Real Deal both making some mistakes up front. But again, the big gap, things you love to see when you're not having the cleanest runs. You like to have that big gap at this point in the race. Definitely the endurance factor, too. This is the last moto of the night. This is our 4th race, and it's a lot of racing. There's no heats, but we do longer motos than we do in the other series, so that's the trade-off. The motos are a bit longer, but there's no heats. Oh, man. Yeah, Real Deal's going to get away with that a bit, so Luke's going to have to try to put his head down and catch up to him because collision's not working out in his favor. Real Deal's definitely picking up some time, and I think Slaunch is picking up on this inside line here. Gonna try to make up some time with that. Let's see how it's going with... Oh, wow. That transition. So, I think Detail has it. 4th? Right? Coming out? Yeah, coming out right there. So, Detail does have 4th. But Roman not too far behind, so... Potential Roman and Detail battle for 4-5 at the moment. They are still pretty close with each other. Turkey a little bit further off. In 6th, it looks like. Armada and Turkey potentially battling. Soul a little bit more down. Hunter a little bit more down. Vulcan a little bit more down. Opix there too. So that's what it looks like. So yeah, not only is the gap for the top 3 the biggest, it's also like the closest battle on track at the moment. Is kind of what it seems like. So that's what we're looking at. Now back on board with Luke as he tries to chase down Real Deal. Let's see. Real Deal's got a nice gap at this point. I think Luke's definitely going to have some good laps and some collision help too. Definitely at that point in the race where you need the combo, especially because we only have so many more laps to go. Only like not even 50 checkpoints at this point. We're getting closer to 40 checkpoints. So collision there, but that hurts Soul more than it hurt Real Deal. Interestingly enough, Luke actually opts for this middle option here, as opposed to Slaunch and Real Deal going for the far inside in the garage. So interesting how we have 3 podium drivers, but their line differs. Oh, that is tough. A little too far outside. And yeah, these mistakes are definitely going to cost Luke a bit, and that's going to help Real Deal. So we go on board with Opix with a big collision there. Definitely going to help Real Deal run away with that lead, but there's still some time left and still collisions to happen potentially, so you never know. But that being said, Real Deal's looking pretty good to try to make his second moto win of the season happen. And the overall points battle for this night is pretty close too. So he might actually have a fighting chance at that too, because he's actually been pretty close on it, even though Luke's won the last 2 races. Real Deal's had really consistent top finishes. So he might be pretty close on that if he takes this this win. So that definitely makes things interesting too. Hard to say how close he is to it, but yeah, it looks like the gap here is closed a little bit. Roman and Detail getting pretty close with each other, and not that many laps. We're getting close to like 2 to go, I think. So not that much time for the battles to take place. That lead battle is going to have to happen soon. Maybe Hunter in front of Detail could help Roman catch up for this. And it looks like it is. It looks like it is. Roman trying to find any gap he can here, but nothing so far. We're going to get on board with the leaders at this point because some cheese must have happened. The gap is not that far at this point. I don't remember how many checkpoints. This might be last. It probably is last lap coming up here because there's a lot of checkpoints in this track. I think this is white flag coming up. So I believe white flag here. That's not going to help. I believe white flag here. Luke trying to chase down Real Deal. Little collision cheese, but as you can see, the gap is pretty manageable. Real Deal just needs to not make any major mistakes, and he should be cruising on to his second moto win of the season here. Beating and banging. He's got the lapper, Opix in front of him, but Opix does give way, and either way, I don't think it would have mattered much at this point. He's just got to get through the figure 8, and if there's no one there to collide with him, you can see Luke is right there, just getting down that rollover. So if there's no one there to collide with him, then this should be wrapped up as we're coming up to the finish line. Right here, there it is. Real Deal going to take his moto win. Oh, that was close. Luke going to finish in second, and we're going to go on board with Slaunch, who will take third here. Can Roman chase down Detail? That's Detail up there. Here's Roman. Can he make a collision happen? No. It doesn't look like it, so this is going to be it for that fight. Detail will take that fourth. Roman will finish fifth. Turkey's got a massive gap as well. Just the gaps got pretty big. Pretty decent packs in the other races, and this one had a decent pack for the podium in the beginning, but yeah, the gaps got pretty big on this one. Turkey finishing behind Roman there. Armada suffering through lots of cheese, but has quite a bit of checkpoints to work with here. He will be finishing behind Turkey, surely. Takes it there. And next up is Soul. Should be fine unless Hunter can somehow pull off the collision of the century. But I think the time is already over for that. So Soul come across the line now, up to Hunter. No shenanigans here. Bringing it across the line. Now we're just waiting on Vulcan and Opix. And it looks like Vulcan's got the edge. Unless, again, Opix can pull off the collision of the century. Not going to happen. One more opportunity. One more opportunity. No. It's not close. So Vulcan will take that. And Opix will pull up in 11th as well. So there you go. That is it for North Beach. Real Deal taking the moto win there. So, one more rundown of the results. It's Real Deal, Luke, Solange, Detail, Roman, Turkey, Armada, Soul, Hunter, Vulcan, and Opix there for North Beach. And your overall results for our second night. Luke takes second overall in a row by 1 point again. The gaps have been really, really close for these overalls, and these other guys are pretty close too. So 61, Real Deal had 60. Detail takes third with 57, so he wasn't far off either. Roman fourth with 54, so he also wasn't that far off. Slaunch fifth with 52. Turkey 641. Mata 7th, 36. Hunter 8th, 35. Soul 9th, 34. Those guys are really close. Vulcan and Opix tied it up, 10 and 11, 29 a pop. So there you have it. There you have it. That is it for our second TRS event. Pretty fun one. Pretty fun one. And gonna continue the cheese next week. So hopefully see you guys there. We'll run some more tracks on our TRS Season 6 tour. Multi-game return to TRS. It's been pretty fun so far. And this was our H2A night as well. So how we have the night for all the games, this was the H2A night. So that's why this was all H2A. The first night was supposed to be the Halo 4 night. Now there's not going to be a Halo 4 night because it was an unplanned quad. So that's what happened there. But other than that, other than Halo 4, kind of getting cheesed, still has the same amount of races though. Each game will have its own night, or was gonna have its own night. I think the schedule got cheesed. That's not gonna happen anymore. Now it's just H2A and 3 potentially. We'll see how it works out. Maybe we'll mix up the schedule. I don't know. Still a lot of tracks to be made and stuff to be decided and stuff like that. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you next week.